All right, I think we are streaming. It's one of those guys where I'm just not entirely sure. So hopefully we are going strong here on the live stream. I will check right now just to make sure over on Facebook, because we don't want to make this mistake again, because we've done this before. We've been here where the notification doesn't pop up. So let's see what we got.
So while Olivia checks that.
Ooh, I think we're there.
There we go.
Yes, we are live. Hello. Jay says we're live. I hear myself right now.
Great.
I hear it all. We're
live
great.
from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, site of the Packers 31-24
Yes.
victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. Olivia Reiner, Jim Wazarski, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.
I'm gonna
Hey,
rock off right
it's
now.
all about teamwork and
making the dream
He's holding
work,
down the
Olivia.
fort for me. We appreciate it.
So a big win.
Oh my
7-1
goodness.
for the Packers.
Yeah, lots of highlights to discuss. One of them, namely, is Aaron Jones. He was incredible through the air, especially 2 touchdowns, 159 receiving yards. It's been, you can come through. No, you're good. You're great. We've got lots of people. Not actually, we're really the only ones here, but that's okay.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, so Aaron Jones with quite the night for the Packers.
Yeah,
2
that was
touchdowns waved off, too.
Yeah, right. And so I think first Packers running back since the merger to have over 150 yards receiving. So, 7 catches, 159 yards, 67 rushing yards. But the important part about that, Olivia, was I believe 37 came in the fourth quarter when it was time to win the game. The Packers really didn't try to run the ball against a pretty porous Chiefs defense through the first 3 quarters. One could argue maybe that's why it was a little bit of a struggle to beat the undermanned Chiefs here in Kansas City. But look, when it was winning time, they gave it to 33. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers made some good plays too. I think Aaron Jones and then Jamal Williams, kind of an incredible throw and catch as well, a big highlight tonight.
Listen, they made it work through the air,
Yeah.
but that was the biggest surprise to me, because coming into this game, you see, 29th ranked run defense in the league.
Missing 2 pass rushers, two of their starting defensive linemen. Yeah.
Right, so why not try to run the ball a little bit more?
Yeah, it was, clearly the Packers, maybe they were feeling the pass game a little bit after the first few weeks, and it worked. Look, the script worked again. Matt LaFleur and Nathaniel Hackett know how to game plan, Olivia. First 17 plays of the game, 2 touchdowns, 130-something yards, most of it through the air. And then it kind of stalled out in the second quarter. So I think, and Kansas City brought the pressure. So maybe that's where the run game maybe could have worked a little more. But, hey, 8.5-minute drive in the third quarter, and I think this is the 4th win of a 1-possession game for Green Bay to date.
Wow, Matt Moore didn't look half bad out there.
Yeah.
But is it Matt Moore or was it?
It was
Andy
everybody.
Reid?
It was Andy Reid and everybody else. Look, the couple times that they asked him to make a throw, he couldn't make the throw, which is not a knock on Matt Moore. He was coaching high school football not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't started a game in 2 calendar years almost. So what they did was short. Throw it or shovel it to the really fast guys. And the Packers could not tackle them all night long, and it got the Chiefs back in the game. And up until the Sean McCoy fumble, Olivia, it was blow for blow there in the second half.
That was a huge momentum shifter there by Tyler Lancaster, who said later on in the locker room that he didn't even think he hit the ball.
It didn't look like it. Like, he just sort of stuck his hand out, and sometimes better to be lucky than good.
But
when you're winning a bunch of games.
It's lucky, but it's also intentional.
Right,
he wasn't.
of course.
His arm wasn't just flailing for no
Right.
reason. He tried to make himself big and hopefully make some sort of contact.
Right. No, for sure. And look, they sacked Matt Moore a couple times, but again, the game plan clearly for the Chiefs was catch and run, or try to use take advantage of the Packers' kind of iffy run defense. And after the 14-0 lead, I guess that's the benefit of Matt Moore, Olivia. He wasn't going to panic. This wasn't like a rookie coming in and he's at least been in the situation. So if there was any saving grace there, and then he just got the ball in the hands of his playmakers, and the Packers really kind of struggled with that.
All right, so we'll cut to some of your questions over on Facebook. Josh wants to know, can the Packers go 15-1, cutting straight to the chase? No one saw them even getting now, to this point, to 7-1. Could they go all the way?
I hesitate to say that. I think they can get to the bye at 9-1. Why don't we go there?
Yeah.
Because I don't know about going to San Francisco. I think going to New York, you might scoff, but going from San Francisco to New York, that's a tough trip.
Yeah.
And then, look, the Vikings are 6-2. They figured it out. And Detroit has beaten the Packers their last 2 times at Ford Field. So that, I can't go that far.
Yeah, lots of you guys in here. Donnie says, Packers didn't have Devontae Adams. So once again, let's take a look at how many receivers there were tonight because
they were sort of taken out of the game. So early on, Jake Kumro had the big 34-yard catch, great catch that set up a score. He had 2 catches for 48. Geronimo Allison 1 for 7. Valdez-Scantling 1 for 4. And Alan Lazard led all receivers, 5 catches, 42 yards. Unlike the last 2 weeks, Olivia, this was the Chiefs, despite missing their number 1 corner in Kendall Fuller, they did a good job taking the receivers kind of out of the game to a degree. I mean, the receivers the last 2 weeks, 23 catches over 360 yards. So I think you saw it in the second quarter, fourth quarter maybe, where you didn't have that guy who could just get open. So, Devontae Adams coming back probably next week is definitely a good sign for Green Bay.
So, Aaron Rodgers used 8 receivers today, but definitely was able to – the Chiefs were able to handle some of those guys and get them out early.
Definitely went Jimmy Graham, Mercedes Lewis, and the 2 running backs, kind of the main pass catchers.
Douglas says that the last time that Matt Moore won was against Favre. Which
that I don't know. Sure.
I think maybe he's making a little jokey joke there.
I don't know.
Moore has been in the league for
a
really long time.
But again, I think that having that kind of guy allowed Andy Reid to craft the game plan he did, because if that was Kyle Shermer out there down 14-0, I don't know if that rookie is going to be able to handle this situation. So at the very least, I think the Chiefs' offense comported itself pretty well after 10 days.
John wants to know, why didn't the Packers defense pressure Matt Moore? They got to him a number of times. I mean, Zadarius Smith had the 2 sacks, but did you notice that they were dropping off of him?
No, to me it was definitely a get it out situation. Get it to Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman. I think really their longest developing plays were when they tried to throw to Travis Kelce. There's 1 deep ball to Tyreek Hill that was kind of okay that Adrian Amos broke up. After that, anything deeper than maybe 8 to 10 yards was not, they didn't want that. So I don't know. We'll have to go back and look at the tape,
Sure.
But in live speed, it just felt like the Chiefs didn't allow for a pass rush necessarily.
Yeah, not only did they not want that, but I think they could not handle a longer sort of extended play because of their offensive line being so depleted.
Yeah, down 2 guys. I think their starting right guard then got hurt second half. So
not looking good.
Yeah, definitely a catch and run game. And look, it worked. The Packers couldn't tackle for most of the night.
That was problematic for sure. I mean, Darnell Savage Jr. comes back in his first game in several games since week 5.
Dallas, yeah.
So it's been a little while, and while there were certainly moments where they were happy to have him back, there were also some tackling issues and across the defense, not just him.
Right. No, it made sense. I mean, Blake Martinez missed. I think there were a handful. But again, 4.29 speed, 4.3 speed, 4.4 speed. I mean, that's why they're here. And I think that's why Darnell Savage Jr. was covering Tyreek Hill a lot of times, because he can run like that. Mm-hmm. So we saw Jair Alexander as well, but those guys in space, it's just harder. That said, there were enough chances for Packers defenders to actually square up, set, and make a tackle that they didn't.
Matthew wants to know if there's any status update on Bryan Belaga, who left the game early. I saw his right hand. It looked like he had 2 of his fingers taped together coming off the field. Did you have a chance to see him in the locker room, and did you get an update?
It was right hand, right finger injury. By the time he came back out, by the time they got everything kind of back together, Aaron Rodgers completed the 3rd and 5 catch to Aaron Jones, which essentially ended the game. So not ideal, but it was a situation with the finger that he couldn't pass block, is what he said. So there's no break, but he hopes he should be good to go by Sunday.
Similarly, David Bakhtiari left the game early, but he came back just a couple plays later.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to David, so I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Sorry about that, Nolan. Maybe we'll get an update. We probably won't get an update tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would imagine, honestly, I hate to say it, but usually you kind of learn about Sunday game day injuries on the Wednesday injury report. So unless we see David on Monday and he's willing to talk a little bit about it, I just didn't get a chance to see him.
All right, so the Packers are they're off to LA next week, so we're full
a home
road.
game in Los Angeles, basically.
Yes, I'm sure there will be a lot of Packers fans there. There were honestly a lot of Packers fans here as well. It was a lot of green, a lot of Go Pack Go, I heard. What was your prediction coming into this game, Jim?
I wish I kept my original one. I think I had the Packers winning I called it their first shootout since they lost to Philadelphia. I think originally I had like 33-30.
Yeah.
I changed it after Mahomes was ruled out. Maybe I had like 30. I can't recall exactly. 30-something, 20. I mean, I feel like I was close.
Okay.
But I did have the Packers winning.
All right. Well, not to flex. I did not get it right, but I got close. My prediction was 31-27.
Wow.
So
you're trying to flex.
That was a small flex, a little flex. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up a little bit early tonight. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for staying awake.
Yeah, if you're awake, go to bed. And if you're elsewhere in the country or in the world, then
good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, maybe you're somewhere where it's nice and warm and sunny. And yes. Anyway, guys, we'll be back later this week, most likely on Wednesday when the Packers resume practicing. So make sure you keep it back here, Packers News, wherever you're watching from social media world. We will be live once again pretty soon. We'll also have lots of content over on PackersNews.com. Also, all of our social media channels, lots of other updates and news and links and all the good stuff over there too. So make sure you're following us there as well. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you.